Welcome back to Creatively Homemade, the remote and hybrid professional. I'm excited to introduce Lesson 15 of our series. For team leads, managers, or experienced agents, providing constructive feedback is one of the most powerful ways to develop your team. However, doing so effectively in a virtual environment requires specific skills and a lot of care. Today, we're focusing on giving feedback remotely. Constructive criticism with care. This lesson will equip you with strategies to deliver impactful feedback that truly fosters growth and strengthens your relationships, even from a distance. Our goal is to empower you to guide growth and build trust through every feedback conversation. Let's dive in. Delivering feedback remotely comes with its own set of unique considerations. Firstly, the lack of nonverbal cues means your tone of voice, your facial expressions, and your body language are either absent or less impactful. This puts immense pressure on your verbal and written delivery. Secondly, there's a higher potential for misinterpretation, especially if feedback is delivered via email or chat. What you intend as helpful guidance could be read as harsh criticism. Thirdly, scheduling challenges can arise due to time zones or ensuring the recipient is in a focused environment to receive the feedback properly. Finally, it can be harder to maintain rapport at a distance when delivering tough messages. Understanding these nuances is crucial for preparing and delivering feedback effectively and empathetically in a virtual setting. The foundation of effective feedback delivery is thoughtful preparation. Don't just wing it. First, define your purpose. What is the specific goal of this feedback? Is it to correct a behavior, encourage a new skill, or improve a process? Having a clear goal guides your message. Second, gather specific, observable examples of the behavior you want to address. General statements like, you need to be more organized, are less helpful than, on the X project, I noticed the files weren't consistently named, which led to delays in Y. Specifics make the feedback actionable. Third, anticipate the recipient's potential reaction. Are they likely to be defensive, upset, or receptive? Thinking this through helps you prepare your responses. Finally, practice your delivery out loud. This helps you refine your words, ensure your tone is right, and makes you feel more confident and less likely to stumble or use filler words. Just as in conflict resolution, choosing the right communication channel and time is critical for delivering feedback remotely. For sensitive, complex, or relationship building feedback, a video call is almost always best. Seeing each other, even virtually, allows for better understanding of tone and nonverbal cues. For moderately sensitive feedback or quick discussions, a phone call can suffice. It allows for real-time dialogue and vocal nuance. Email or chat should generally be reserved for factual summaries, follow-ups, or non-urgent, less sensitive feedback. Never deliver critical or emotional feedback solely in writing. Also consider the recipient's availability and context. Don't spring critical feedback on someone right before a major deadline or at the end of a long, stressful day. Schedule a dedicated time when they can be fully present and focused. The right channel and timing show respect and increase the likelihood of the feedback being well received. Our third powerful strategy is to deliver feedback with radical candor, a concept popularized by Kim Scott. This means you simultaneously care personally about the individual and challenge directly their performance or behavior. The goal is to be clear and kind, not just one or the other. Avoid ruinous empathy, which is being too nice and unclear, leading to no improvement because the message isn't understood. For example, everything's fine, just keep trying when it's not. Also, avoid obnoxious aggression, which is being too harsh and direct without care, damaging the relationship. For example, "You're terrible at this." Instead, strive to be clear, kind, and specific. "I care about your success, and I've noticed X behavior, which is causing Y impact. Let's talk about how we can improve it." This balance ensures your feedback is both heard and acted upon, fostering trust and growth. To ensure your feedback is constructive and not personal, our fourth strategy is to focus on behavior, not the person. A powerful framework for this is SBI: situation, behavior, impact. Start by describing the situation during last week's team meeting. Then, describe the specific behavior. "You interrupted several colleagues while they were speaking." Finally, explain the impact. "This made it difficult for others to share their ideas and slowed down our progress." This approach keeps the feedback objective and actionable. Crucially, avoid labels or character attacks like "you're rude" or "you're disorganized." Instead, address the specific actions that can be changed. By focusing on observable behavior and its consequences, you make the feedback easier for the recipient to understand and accept, leading to more effective improvement. Vague feedback is unhelpful feedback. Our fifth strategy is to be specific and actionable. General statements like, "You need to improve your communication," don't tell the recipient what to do. Instead, provide concrete examples as we discussed with the SBI framework. Your communication could improve by sending a summary email after each client call, as discussed in Lesson 8. Then, suggest clear, measurable next steps. What exactly should they do differently? For the next 3 client calls, please send a brief summary email within 1 hour of the call. If appropriate, co-create solutions with the recipient. What do you think would be a good way to ensure those files are named consistently? This fosters ownership and commitment. Specific, actionable feedback gives the recipient a clear roadmap for improvement, making it much more likely they will implement the changes. Giving feedback is a two-way street. Our final strategy is to listen and collaborate. After you've delivered the feedback, allow the recipient ample time to respond. They might need a moment to process, or they might have questions or their own perspective to share. Ask for their perspective. "What are your thoughts on this?" Or, "How do you see this situation?" This shows respect and opens up dialogue. You might even explore root causes together. What do you think might be contributing to this issue? This collaborative approach helps uncover underlying challenges. Finally, agree on clear next steps and a follow-up plan. "So, we've agreed that you'll try X, and I'll check in with you next week to see how it's going." This ensures accountability and demonstrates your ongoing support for their growth. Listening and collaborating transforms feedback into a shared journey of improvement. To further master your skills in delivering effective and constructive feedback, I've compiled some excellent resources for you. On this slide, you'll find highly recommended books that delve into feedback dynamics, courageous conversations, and coaching, such as Radical Candor by Kim Scott, Crucial Conversations by Carrie Patterson, Joseph Grenny, Ron McMillan, and Al Switzler, Dare to Lead by Brene Brown, and The Coaching Habit by Michael Bungay Stanier. Additionally, there are valuable online tools and practices, like using feedback frameworks such as SBI to structure your thoughts, engaging in role-playing scenarios to practice delivery, and utilizing virtual meeting platforms effectively for feedback sessions. For all the full details and where to find these, please make sure to check the comprehensive description below this video. Let's bring it all together. Giving feedback remotely is truly a cornerstone of leading growth and building strong teams. We've honed your real-time text skills with Lesson 10, responding in chats. Then, we tackled external crisis management with Lesson 11, handling difficult people, and internal conflict resolution with Lesson 12, managing workplace conflict. We empowered ourselves with Lesson 13, setting boundaries, protecting our time and focus. And in Lesson 14, receiving feedback, you learned to turn critique into growth. Now, Lesson 15, giving feedback, completes this cycle, equipping you to proactively guide the development of others. You're building a complete leadership communication arsenal that will empower you to lead and develop talent effectively in any remote or hybrid role. Your journey to becoming a master of remote feedback delivery is now well defined. I encourage you to always prepare thoroughly for feedback conversations and choose the right channel for the message. Strive to be radically candid, balancing care with directness and using the SBI framework. Remember to listen actively and collaborate with the recipient to co-create solutions. If you found this lesson helpful and want to continue building essential skills for your thriving remote and hybrid career, please subscribe to Creatively Homemade, the remote and hybrid professional. We're dedicated to empowering you in every aspect of your virtual work life. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to helping you deliver feedback and drive development.